All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Hughes here. I'd like you all to join my page, Golden Heart Hospitality, on Instagram and YouTube so I can do these trainings with you and access it very easily. I'm going to do a breakdown of the photographic lectures so you have a audio visual component so you can understand this and receive training at home. So, Golden Heart, Louis XIII, The Essence of Time. This is an overview of Louis XIII. It has maybe 8 or 9 different things that I want you to understand, but the main thing you need to look at here, taking the presence, taking the images, but in the center it says the living liquid on the left and a library of 1200 U to V on the right. The U to V is what I want you to understand. This is the waters of life, translated from French, and it's in many different languages. It is the building blocks of Louis XIII. So a master seller will use the knowledge and his training and his abilities to compose Louis XIII with 1,200 different building blocks, 1,200 different U to V. And this is formed from Uni Blanc Grand Champagne grapes. And you're going to see below the factors that shape greatness: the terroir, the region, chalky, great accessibility to flavor, and it allows an awesome essence of a pure, pristine liquid that they can transform, excuse me, through the casks and the place and the climates of the cellars. So the cellar climate and the cask composition. So that's what you want to think about. These cellars themselves have different humidities and different natural growths in them. That is literally fungus that live off of the evaporating liquid of the U to V over decades. So the climate alters the oak barrels, which therefore alters the liquid. And what we're going to talk about is ketones and lactones. So this is more knowledge for you to have power and access to greater abilities than other people who do not receive this training. So I'm going to go over what ketones and lactones are to help people understand this in a little bit. At the bottom of the image, these are motivational terms to help salespeople connect to what matters and to help them see points of sales and to have more reciprocity and joy in their work, because it's about capturing time. It's about the chapters of life. It's about access points, taking a sacred pause and a toast with a product that took at least 40 to 100 years to create all of its components. And this goes into your moment in life. You turn the page with Louis XIII. Think about this. If you can speak like this and capture these moments, you can do it. I wrote here, so allow the past to capture your present and project your future. Believe in that. These are moments etched into people's memories when they have a proper experience guided by a service professional. All right. So that's what I want you to know here. The top is the 5 gentlemen, taking the imagery and the feeling, but really the central part is what I want you to know. So the next image that we're doing is the development of Rancio, the alchemy of time and Cognac. So you're going to see 8 different steps that help you understand how a powerful flavor called Rancio develops. Now, the Rancio it takes 40 to 50 years for this to really come to life. And each bottle of Louis XIII has this in it. And we want to consider the complexity here, all right? And that's where the ketones and the lactones come into play. And in this image of Rancio, I have this in here, and I don't want people to go without knowledge and have to do too much research. So I tried making this as simple as possible. Read these things a couple times, and you'll see the logical flow and how it works. But 8 different steps exist here, and you're going to see it starts with the U to V. The barrel takes it in, time goes on, the barrel starts breathing in the oxygen because it's a porous substance, the oak, believe it or not. And oxidation occurs in the liquid. And this is where oxygen interacts with the liquid and this spirit slowly starts to change. Ketones, ketones develop. A ketone is like an energetic molecule that has a very powerful aroma, smell, and definitely a flavor. and taste. But the aromas are so powerful, they fill the room. Okay. And that's where lactones come into play as well. Lactones are found in the barrel itself, which is interacting with the air and the liquid outside and inside. And it creates this complex that goes into the liquid itself to create this overall product. And the aromas are incredible, all right, and unique. So the ketones have a unique flavor, like aroma, like earthy, nutty, mushroom, leathery notes, and the lactones are sweet, creamy, vanilla, coconut, dried fruits. You'll see this written down; it's right there. Um, when you go from steps 3, 4, and 5, and you get into this angel share where it occurs, the water and alcohol evaporate through the barrel, and this is like a kind of like what they call a miraculous process where this evaporation, these precious liquids concentrate and get very, very powerful from the evaporation process. And it's really interesting how the angels share. You can talk about this. Feeds the fungus in the cellars, creating a symbiotic environment of development that you cannot replicate. You can't get this anywhere else. This is why it's such an incredible liquid. And through 40 years of transformation, you get rancio. It is where it's basically the essence of time and in an aroma and in a taste. And it's what these master sellers are seeking for every single bottle. And it's what people can't really replicate. So this is why we're selling it in this way and trying to build your knowledge to help you get there. All right. Now I'm going to look at this other image here, how rancio forms, the role of ketones and lactones in cognac maturation. It says rancio is a complex aroma and flavor that develops in cognac after decades of aging, and this is how it happens. Number 1, they fill the oak barrels. New eau de vie is placed into the barrels, and they age. Oxygen enters and penetrates the wood over many years. This slow oxidation is slow interaction with oxygen in the liquids creates its chemical transformation. Ketones and lactones are primary formations of molecules that concentrate and create powerful aromas and flavors for the final product of Louis XIII, how they approach rancio. This concentration evaporates. This interesting, fun way to talk about the angel share occurs, and rancio is born. So they take this as the final product, as an element of one of the major ingredients or the major ingredient that sells our truly what we're trying to experience here. Why we're paying this much and why so many lives have gone into this product. All right, so this is a nice breakdown of these 3 things. I want us to take it. This is like an 8-minute experience, so take it seriously. We all have this much time. Go over it again. Look into it yourselves and look at these guides, and read through them and try to understand them better. Let me know what you think, and yeah, like, comment, share. Be good, guys.